From mind-bending villains who defy the laws of space and time, to twisted alternate versions of beloved characters, we're counting down the absolute worst of the worst Marvel villains. These are the characters who redefine cruelty, who push the boundaries of evil far beyond what you thought was possible. So buckle up, because this one's gonna be intense. The Maker, Reed Richards, Ultimate Universe. From the pages of Ultimate Fantastic for #1, 2004, and later, The Ultimates, 2015, The Maker is a version of Reed Richards from Earth 1610, who took a horrifying turn. Unlike his Earth 616 counterpart, who is a hero, this Reed gradually lost his humanity, seeing people as mere pieces in his grand experiment. His obsession with progress and knowledge led him to commit horrifying acts, such as performing live experiments on humans, including Tony Stark, by altering their brains while they were still conscious. His motives stem from his belief that the world can only be perfected through cold, ruthless logic, no matter how many lives must be sacrificed. When his home universe was destroyed, he sought to rebuild it in his own twisted image, setting him apart as one of Marvel's most unsettling villains. Thanos, Earth 616. Thanos is well known for his role in Infinity Gauntlet, 1991, but his most twisted actions often get overlooked. His greatest feat includes wiping out half of all life in the universe to impress Death herself, but his cruelty runs far deeper. In Thanos, Rising #2, 2013, a young Thanos dissected live animals to understand life and death, eventually moving on to his own people. One of his most disturbing acts was in Thanos, Annual #1, 2014, where he tormented a child every year on their birthday, breaking their spirit over time, simply because he could. His nihilistic view of the universe, coupled with an unquenchable thirst for destruction, makes him one of Marvel's darkest figures. Superior Iron Man, Tony Stark, AXIS. From Superior Iron Man #1, 2014, this twisted version of Tony Stark emerged after the Axis event flipped his moral compass. With a god complex and no moral restraints, he turned extremist, a technology that could make people beautiful and strong, into a subscription service, first giving it for free and then charging outrageous fees, watching as people begged for their continued perfection. His greatest feat includes enslaving San Francisco under his influence, using mind control tactics to keep them addicted to his gift. Unlike his usual self, this Tony relished in his superiority, proving that unchecked arrogance could make him as much a villain as any other on this list. Gore the God Butcher. First appearing in Thor, God of Thunder #2, 2013, Gore's story is one of cosmic vengeance. After losing his family and being cast out for rejecting the gods, he found the Necrosword, an ancient weapon that allowed him to slaughter gods across the universe. His greatest feat includes the mass genocide of divine beings, crafting a world where deities hung from hooks like meat. In Thor, God of Thunder #6, he enslaved gods across time to construct the God Bomb, a weapon designed to erase all divine beings from existence. His hatred stemmed from a lifetime of suffering, making him one of Marvel's most tragic yet terrifying villains. Null, the King in Black. Introduced in Venom #3, 2018, Null is the dark god of the symbiotes, predating the universe itself. His greatest feat includes forging the first symbiote, All Black, and using it to slaughter entire cosmic races, shaping planets into graveyards. In King, in Black #1, 2020, he invaded Earth with a legion of symbiotes, subjugating gods and heroes alike. His influence stretches across time and space, making him a primordial force of pure malevolence. Galactus, Lifebringer turned Destroyer, Earth 616. Galactus, as introduced in the Fantastic Four #48, 1966, is feared as the Devourer of Worlds. However, in the Ultimates #2, 2015, we saw a version of him that became the Lifebringer, a force of creation rather than destruction. But his darkest moments came when he was consumed by hunger and rage, such as in Thor #168, 1969, where he devoured a planet filled with billions of innocent beings, their screams echoing through the cosmos. His greatest feat includes wiping out civilizations to sustain himself, embodying an unstoppable cosmic horror. The Void, Sentry's Dark Half. First appearing in Sentry #1, 2000, the Void is the dark alter ego of the Sentry, representing his worst fears and destructive urges. His greatest feat includes nearly wiping out the entire Marvel Universe single-handedly. In Siege #4, 2010, he tore Ares, the god of war, in half and obliterated Asgard, leaving only ruin in his wake. The Void is not just powerful, it is an entity of pure, uncontrollable destruction, making it one of Marvel's greatest existential threats. The Shadow King. Making his first full appearance in X-Men number 117, 1979, the Shadow King is an ancient psychic parasite that thrives on pain and suffering. His greatest feat includes corrupting Charles Xavier's dream by infecting mutants and feeding on their darkest desires. In New Mutants number 6, 2021, he manipulated young mutants into acts of cruelty, warping their minds beyond recognition. His ability to exist beyond the physical plane makes him an eternal and insidious threat. And Mephisto. Introduced in Silver Surfer number 3, 1968, Mephisto is Marvel's version of the devil, a being who thrives on making deals that inevitably lead to misery. His greatest feat includes erasing Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage in One More Day, 2007, altering reality to feed on Peter Parker's pain. In Thanos number 6, 2017, he tricked Thanos into suffering an eternity of torment, proving that even the Mad Titan was no match for his deceit. Apocalypse and Sabah Nur. From X Factor number 5, 1986, Apocalypse believes in survival of the fittest, reshaping the world through genetic extermination. His greatest feat includes transforming Manhattan into his personal kingdom in Age of Apocalypse, 1995, where he enslaved and culled humanity to create a world where only the strongest survived. His ability to manipulate mutants and reshape history makes him one of the X-Men's deadliest foes. Red Skull, Johann Schmidt. First introduced in Captain America Comics number 7, 1941, Red Skull represents the pinnacle of human cruelty. As Hitler's top lieutenant and a Nazi scientist, his greatest atrocities extend far beyond World War II. In the Marvel Universe, he's not just a political monster, but a cosmic-level threat. His most disturbing achievement came during the Axis storyline, where he established a mutant concentration camp called Skull Island, systematically hunting and imprisoning mutants in a chilling echo of historical genocides. Red Skull's true darkness lies in his unwavering commitment to ideological hatred. He once used the telepathic powers of Professor X, stolen through a complex plot, to spread worldwide hatred and division, turning populations against each other. His ability to manipulate human fear and prejudice makes him more terrifying than many superhuman villains, proving that the most horrific monsters are often all too human. Killmonger, Eric Stevens. While many know Killmonger from the popular film, his comic book origins reveal an even more complex and darker character. First appearing in Jungle Action number 6, 1973, Eric Stevens represents a brutal critique of colonialism and systemic oppression. His methods of liberation are so extreme that they often mirror the very violence he claims to fight against. In various storylines, Killmonger has shown a willingness to sacrifice entire populations to achieve his vision of black empowerment. He's killed his own family members, manipulated entire nations, and implemented genocidal plans that would destabilize entire continents. His most chilling characteristic is his cold, calculated approach to revolution, believing that widespread death is an acceptable price for fundamental change. Norman Osborn, Green Goblin. Far more than just Spider-Man's nemesis, Norman Osborn represents the corruption of power at its most terrifying. After the Secret Invasion event, he became the head of HAMMER, essentially taking control of America's security apparatus. His most disturbing actions went beyond typical supervillain schemes. In the Dark Reign storyline, Osborn systematically manipulated governmental systems, creating a regime that was more horrifying than any external threat. He assembled a team of villains, masquerading as heroes, the Dark Avengers, and used legal and political mechanisms to legitimize their destructive actions. His psychological torture of heroes, particularly his manipulation of Peter Parker's life, reveals a villain who understands that true evil isn't just about physical destruction, but about breaking someone's spirit. And there you have it. Some of the darkest villains Marvel has to offer. These characters don't just threaten the universe, they actively shape it with their horrific actions. Whether it's the Maker's twisted experiments, Thanos' nihilistic cruelty, or Mephisto's soul-shattering deals, it's clear, Marvel's villains know no bounds when it comes to power, manipulation, and suffering. Which of these villains do you think is the worst? Drop a comment below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into pure evil, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more.